Well, I guess we should start this episode of News Dump with a update to our previous video where we simply mocked the very idea of a $100 a year subscription service for Fallout 76 without even thinking about how badly Bethesda could have botched the whole thing within the game itself. We inadvertently gave them some
much credit.
shred of benefit of the doubt there. If you need to be brought up to speed on what exactly we're talking about, please check out our previous episode. It breaks it down in detail. But basically, you pay a monthly or a yearly fee, and the main features of this membership include private servers and unlimited storage in a new Scrapbox container.
Totally worth the price. And it turns out there are some people out there that decided to fork over the cash in order to give Fallout First a shot. And well, wouldn't you know it, the very core components of this new membership plan were completely hysterically broken as soon as the service became available.
Who could have seen this coming? Apparently not us, but...
Todd Howard would do this to us? Todd, the most trustworthy man in video games? Let's start with the whole unlimited storage benefit. Now, the appeal here is that, you guessed it, players no longer have to worry about storage limits for in-game crafting materials because they now have access to unlimited storage.
Yeah.
But multiple players have reported that the new Scrapbox isn't just slightly broken, it actually just deletes whatever scrap you put inside it. It's essentially, and inadvertently, a trash can.
Yes, a very expensive trash can.
Well, we cleared out, you got a lot more space now, don't you? Than you did before.
Everything worked out.
Wow. Imagine finally being able to dump a bunch of materials and not have to worry about your storage limitations, only to check the box and find out that all your resources are now just fucking gone.
Poof.
It's a great joke.
It is a fantastic
This one
joke.
killed.
Yeah.
Todd, really good job.
Everyone laughed. Everyone liked that. But what about those private servers? And I'm going to jump around back and forth between the term private servers and private worlds, because that's the term they use. But what about those things? Surely Bethesda couldn't possibly screw up what is literally the main appeal of that pricey subscription model, right? Wrong. Very wrong.
Yeah.
The idea of a private world in this game it's certainly appealing to people. It was one of the most requested features after all. But you would assume that you'd get to have, a world that starts fresh and then continues to persistently exist, and that you could invite a specific amount of players into. Well, it turns out that there are a few problems with how this works in Fallout 76. First of all, players are reporting that their newly created worlds aren't new. They're finding areas that are already looted and NPCs that have already been killed.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that sucks. But what's worse is that the true privacy of these private worlds, that's going to depend on your definition of what private means.
Yeah. Well, they've already shown their definition of unlimited is a bit different than I would define it.
It's unlimited because it doesn't exist.
So let's see what their definition of private is.
Yeah.
So basically, they're only as private as your friends list, because once you create or enter your private world, literally anyone on your friends list can join it.
Yeah.
This might not sound like such a big deal because, hey, they're your friends, right? But there are plenty of people out there who've played with people a few times and, you add them.
You're friendly.
You might just want your private world to exist for close friends and not everyone on your list, but no options there. There's also a certain amount of players who apparently roleplay as merchants in the game, and they have huge friends lists. So now all of those people can enter their private worlds, whether they were invited to or not. Mm-hmm. Currently, you'd have to completely go through your friends list to pick and choose who to keep and delete out of fear of someone joining your world that you might not want in there.
Yeah. You would think that would be a clear problem that they would have tested at some point.
You would think.
I don't know. There's a few more things to point out here, too. If you're in a friend's private world and they sign off of the game, you'll get booted immediately unless there's at least one other Fallout First subscriber logged into that world. So no, these aren't private worlds that exist constantly because a user's paying $13 a month for it. They have to be there. And when they're done playing or their mom tells them to get off, you're done too, unless there is another Fallout First member in there somewhere. So that's kind of funny too. The whole thing's kind of a joke if you're not involved.
Not really a server in the sense of any other game ever.
Yeah.
Sort of they're, again, reinventing words.
Yeah. A great joke. It's a great joke.
Yeah. Todd Howard is such a funny, clever guy. This is like something a Fallout villain character would do.
Exactly.
your lone wanderer comes and meets this guy and he offers you a reward, but then, the terms of the deal keep changing and he sort of screws you over, but you still really want the reward at the end, so you deal with it. Eventually, you probably get to choose whether or not you're going to shoot him in the face or not.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen in this case, though.
So all that, along with the basic features of the subscription service not working properly, it's just bafflingly stupid. And not only do you launch a product that gets rightfully mocked by a lot of the gaming community, but also a product that your most hardcore fans are actually apparently buying into at some level, only to find out that it's not even working as intended for them.
Those are the people I feel the worst for.
I know.
I've seen their posts. It's like, they write about it like it's an addiction that they have no control over. They're like, yeah, so I bought the first membership, parentheses, I know, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But this is the only game I play anymore. I've invested so much time and money into it.
Yeah.
Please don't mock me.
And it's honestly kind of weird to see a company so dead set on repeatedly destroying any amount of brand loyalty they once had, even for their most loyal followers.
Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a mobile game.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a fucking mobile game.
Yeah, what's the one they put out? Blades?
Did that ever
Remember
come
that?
out?
No, it did come out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ate up a lot of time up on that E3 stage 2 years ago talking about Blades.
You're going to love it.
And then I never heard another fucking word about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a fun little cherry on top of all this, which we missed in the first video we did on the subject, was that Bethesda never registered the domain for Fallout First. So someone else nabbed it and turned it into a website, mocking the company and the game. So if you head to falloutfirst.com, you'll see that they've changed the name to Fallout Fuck You First with a description of their service, which reads, ever since Fallout 76 launched, we have consistently done nothing to improve and evolve the experience based on your shitty feedback. That's why we're excited to launch Fallout Fuck You First, a premium ass-pounding membership that offers something dumbass players have been asking for since before launch. Private worlds for you and select idiot friends, so we decided to put it behind a paywall. In addition to this huge feature, Fallout Fuck You First also includes a host of pointless items and cult bonuses, all of which you can find on my foreskin. And the best part, Fallout Fuck You First is available to screw you right now.
It's beautifully written.
Todd, is that you? It goes on from there. It mocks each and every perk you get from the subscription in stunning, offensive, and hilarious detail.
And it's just another point of proof that the most basic kind of laundry list items that you would do weren't done.
Yeah, off topic, but the Joe Biden campaign did a similar thing. They launched, this week they launched their Latino outreach thing, which is like, I don't know, I can't remember. It's some Spanish phrase with Biden in it.
Yeah.
And they didn't register the domain. So Donald Trump registered the domain, and now it's a website that just makes fun of Joe Biden in Spanish and tells you to vote for Trump.
Wow.
So Joe Biden is the Todd Howard of presidential candidates.
Yeah. Wow. But let's move on to the other big entertainment news from this week. News that will confuse the hell out of your parents and probably just force you to bury your head in your hands and say, ugh, why? Why? This is going to be bad. Why would you do this? Well, listen up, gamers, and ETH-elites in particular.
God damn it, I hate this news.
Are you ready to have your favorite pastime turned into a cheesy primetime comedy sitcom? No? Well, too bad, because that's exactly what's happening. Get ready for terrible jokes, played-out cliches, and canned laughter because, according to The Wrap, NBC has started development on a new multi-camera comedy from executive producer Johnny Galecki and the Big Bang Theory alum Anthony Del Broccolo. Titled The Squad, the sitcom centers on a new group of friends, and sometimes enemies, who find companionship and common ground in their mutual love of competitive esports. Del Broccolo, whose previous credits include Nickelodeon's Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, and All That, will write and executive produce the project, which has received a script development deal at the network. How pumped are you?
Yeah, truly, there are no shortage of storylines, cliches, and tropes to work with here. The gamer house filled with the pizza and the Mountain Dew, the parents not respecting them, getting ripped off by their managers, lawyers, and agents, having some heated gaming moments.
Ooh, uh-oh.
It's been 70 years since we've dropped a hard R on network television. We're bringing it back.
It's time to do it.
Other stuff like finding out that girls play video games too.
A very heartwarming episode.
And some of them are hot. Complaining about patches, getting swatted, going to nerd conventions, going outside in general, awful team names, One of the guys is fat, of course. One of them ruins the team because he spoke out about Hong Kong. Cheat codes mentioned unironically. Something about Fortnite. Rampant use of product placement. Ninja as a walk-on surprise guest. Definitely fucking happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the pool of ideas here is endless. It's a wonder this hasn't been done sooner. But like we said, this is just in development, and we'd honestly actually love to see this get picked up because, you know, it's going to be a weekly dose of absolute cringe. It's a cringe gold mine.
Yeah, it would. I want to see this pilot. Even if it doesn't air, I need to get my hands on it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, then again, watching something ironically is still watching it.
True.
And the cringy clips that would inevitably get posted to Twitter and Reddit would be free marketing for the show. So actually, count us in.
Yeah.
We do know how much people who work on sitcoms get paid.
We want to be writers and producers. This is the perfect opportunity for us.
We have a lot to bring to the table, NBC.
Yeah, please, NBC.
Give us a call on Discord. It's Slack for gamers.
Yeah, it is. You'll get the reference. Ask your kids about it.
I mean, Big Bang Theory just ended after what, like 30 years on the air?
Yeah.
I think it felt like it.
Here's the thing. Big Bang Theory, the prequel to Big Bang Theory is Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon could be tied into the universe to be the prequel to The Squad. Young Sheldon is a gamer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why these can't exist in a, greater, larger universe.
Yeah.
The, sitcom nerd universe.
I've never seen a full episode of Big Bang Theory, but there has to be an episode where the character Sheldon,
Old Sheldon,
won't talk about something from his past. There has to be. There's like 1,000 episodes.
Sure.
This could be it. This could be it. The Squad could be it. But he changed gamer tag as Young Sheldon, spelled Y-U-N-G.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. That's Bazinga, by the way, Elliot. Actually, you might be right.
Bulgaria. Anyways, over in the world of movies, I know we said we wouldn't really talk about it anymore, but Joker is back in the news once again, because now has officially taken the crown as the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, worldwide, unseating the previous record holder, Deadpool 2, by reaching $788.3 million at the box office. What? And in response to knocking Deadpool 2 off the top spot, Ryan Reynolds graciously sent out a congratulatory tweet featuring an altered Joker movie poster that read, "You motherfucker." To be clear though, Deadpool 2 and the original Deadpool are still beating Joker in domestic American box office numbers.
Yeah.
And the #1 film in that category has maintained its position for nearly 15 years. And we're speaking, of course, about the goriest, horniest film of all time, The Passion of the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
They did it.
Everyone saw that movie, apparently.
Well, Mel Gibson...
I saw it because I thought it was a snuff film.
I mean, it kind of was.
Yeah, it was.
They really, they pulled in people from both ends there.
Yeah.
Edgy teens who
want to see gore.
Like to make fun of Christianity and want to see, some torture porn.
And every Christian ever.
Yeah, they were literally busting them in by, they were selling tickets in bulk.
Yeah.
Getting entire churches to come. It's fucking brilliant.
Fun fact, Righteous Gemstones is the sequel to Passion of the Christ.
I know.
Even weirder fact, they've been trying to make a Passion of the Christ 2 for years.
For about 2,000 years.
Ooh. When's he coming back? Anyways, on the other end of the spectrum, the box office bank spectrum, is Gemini Man, the movie with 2 Will Smiths. And that's pretty much all we know about it. And apparently we're not alone in that because Gemini Man has completely flopped. And at this point, it's looking like Paramount Pictures will have lost $75 million by simply bringing this film into existence.
This is not a cheap movie to make. They
No.
shot it at 120 frames per second, 70 millimeter.
Yeah.
Every second of
Just
of
burning
footage.
money.
Yes.
Just burning fucking money.
They shot it at 120 FPS, and there's only a handful of theaters in existence that can even screen that footage. So it's they shot it in a format that almost no one is
We
even
did it for the
seeing
aficionados.
Yeah.
The best part is, I think this week, probably because of this, James Cameron was asked about filming the Avatar sequels in a high frame rate, and he's like, nah, I don't think that's the future at all. And he's right.
It doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
we've all had that problem with the TV. We've spoken
Yeah.
about it on this show where it's it makes everything look like a soap opera.
Yeah.
I'll never know because I'll never watch this movie, let alone in 120 frames a second.
no,
Who has that much time?
not me. I got the Outer Worlds to play, and that's going to take me 100 hours.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm I'm about 7 hours into Outer Lands, and it is really good. I mean, there's definitely, I wish there was a lot more fauna and the graphics aren't perfect. I'll say that.
It still looks better than Fallout 4.
The story is great. The dialogue is really funny. Everything works with it. It's just like, you can tell it's not a AAA game and it is a AA game.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks fun. I don't know how it looks on a console. I've been playing on PC, but the skybox is beautiful. If you're ever like, oh, this looks boring, just look up. Looks great.
I've got it installed on my PC. I've got it installed on my Xbox. My wife and I will be playing it 10 feet away from each other, like we did with Fallout 4. It's going to really bring the family together.
Yeah. The choices matter. This is the first time in years where very early on in the game, you have to make a choice that is pretty detrimental to how you want your character to be.
Good.
And it actually feels nice.
I'm fucking stoked.
Anyways, aside from that, LAFC won. We finally beat the Galaxy. So yeah.
Dale.
Black and gold. Very happy. Very, very excited. I was screaming last night at the bar. It was great. Anyways, watch our previous episodes over here. We have a brand new episode of Tech News Day. And then if you want more information or just to hear us make fun of Fallout 76 more, and WWE 2K20. There's also that episode as well.
It's a fun one.
Stay tuned for a new episode of Weekly Weird News coming very soon, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.